your family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that thieves' den. I can't stop now, and I can't get the sword on my own.
So you're willing to starve your wife and daughter to reclaim some rusty old sword?
I just need to hire one, maybe two good men. You won't starve.
I'll put it plainly. You can claim your sword, or you can keep your wife. If you set foot outside that gate, I won't be here when you return.
Saphir! Wait, You lost? My wife's a good woman. She can be a little hard-headed sometimes, but I love her just the same. My Saphir doesn't like that I've been spending so much time looking for my father's old sword. He fed his entire family with the gold he made using that weapon. I'm not about to let it gather dust in some thief's trophy room. Not your concern anyway.
Welcome to our home.
Mother, what's the meaning of this? Who have you brought into our home?
Avelstein, put that down. He's here to help us find Thorald.
How do we know he's not spying for the Battleborn? This was foolish. We can't trust anyone. Who knows what they'll do if they find me here?
I can't take any more of this. No weapons, please. Let's just talk.
All right, Mother. So, you're here to help? I know that Thorald's not dead. I just know it. The Imperials have him and are keeping him somewhere, but I don't know where. Those damned Battleborns, they know something. They're hiding it. They practically taunt us with it. They must have some sort of proof. There's gotta be something in that house of theirs. I just know it. I don't dare leave the house myself, so I need your help. Anything that confirms that Thorald isn't dead, but is being held captive. I know those Battleborns have it. They'd be hiding it, of course. Wouldn't want it to get out that they've been lying this whole time. But you might be able to butter them up enough to lower their guard. The Battleborns, the Emperor's biggest bootlickers here in Whiterun. Their connections to the Empire and the Legion are well known. When Thorald didn't return home, there was no question in my mind. They knew Thorald supported the Stormcloaks, knew he was gonna aid them in battle, made sure he didn't come back. Locked him up someplace to get back at my family. I'm sure of it. One day the war will end, and the true heirs of Skyrim will inherit this great realm. Until then, war's only gonna get worse. Outsiders.
If only you could help bring my son back to me. He's my son. I feel it in my heart. Oh, you'd understand if you had children. It's hardly a secret that they have ties to the Empire and hate anyone who speaks out against it. Thorald did worse. He took action against the Empire, and the Battleborns knew it. You need to be careful in this city. Never know who you can trust these days. Those Battleborn, they're in with the Imperials. Never much cared for that Belgroof myself. He's a fool if you haven't met him already. Can't say I ever much liked the idea. They come, they go. I barely notice. We've never had any reason to deal with those caravans of theirs. Plenty of people here that need Jorland's craftsmanship, my dear. I can find peace in that, I guess. You take care of yourself now.
My poor Fralia think Thorald's still alive, but I know better. My poor Fralia think Thorald's still alive, but I know better. I don't like talking about it. I've got to get back to my work. We Greymanes got just as much to be proud of as them Battleborns, but you won't see us with our noses in the air. I don't think so. I ain't much for talking. Why are you still staring at me? Mm-hmm.
I enjoy this work well enough, but I'm ready to retire. I've been thinking of selling the inn to Isolda. Anyway, what do you need? Honest gold for honest work. Be careful out there. It's good to see you again, dear. How are you today? Take a look.
Braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made. But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said, "Oh, you talk and you lie and you..." And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
Spare a coin for a poor old beggar? Yes? Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
Ah, Isolde, was it? What brings you to the market?
I'm here to buy food, Nazim.
Good day.
You don't need to worry about that.
Owning a farm does have its advantages.
Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents. Pardon me, but do I detect a case of the rattles? I've got something for that. What can I help you with, my friend? I think you might be sick. How do you feel? I sell cures for all ills, and I'll be happy to serve you. You look rather pale. Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in Cyrodiil. Don't worry. I've got something for that. Of a sort. I don't have formal training in the Restoration School, but something just as good. Within these walls, I have all that I need to brew a potion for nearly any ailment. If I had a septum for every case of rock joint or whitbane I've cured since I opened this shop, I'd be a rich woman indeed. Ah, splendid, splendid. It's for a special brew I'm working on. A love elixir like none other. Maybe I'll test it on Farengar first. Oh, but I suppose you expect some compensation. Here. These potions should suffice. I have several elixirs for sale. I offer remedies for ailments both common and rare. Do let me know if I can be of service. These Stormcloaks are nothing more than an armed mob. This war won't last much longer. Why? Because I'm a proud citizen of the Empire? Because the Stormcloaks only want Nords in Skyrim? The Stormcloaks can rot in oblivion for all I care. I've lived in this city for 20 years. 20! Be careful out there.
Welcome to Bellathor's General Goods. Welcome indeed. Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second. I'd even buy one of your relatives if you're looking to sell. Yeah, that's a little joke. Interesting, to say the least. What with all that's been going on. On the one hand, supplies are harder to come by since fewer traders are traveling the roads these days. But on the other, the scarcity of supplies has led to some, well, elevated prices. All that matters is that I have what you need, and it's worth every septum. Imperials, Stormcloaks, I don't care who's in charge around here. I just want to make money. Everything's for sale, my friend. You need visit no other shops today. You just let me know what you need. I am at your beck and call. Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second. I'd even buy one of your relatives if you're looking to sell. Yeah, that's a little joke. Please do look around. I'm sure I have something you'll want. Take a look. Well, there might be nothing to it, but I've heard that the feud between the Greymanes and the Battleborns in Whiterun has grown ugly. Freya Greymane is convinced that the Battleborns have abducted one of her sons. Isn't it obvious? By the wonderful weather and hospitable people, of course. Not to mention my great fondness for dragons and petty political power struggles. But without a doubt, the most compelling feature of this frozen wasteland is the volley of inane questions leveled at me on a regular basis. Do come back.
Yes, Houseguard. We leave immediately.
Just us against the dragon? Is that it?
I can't afford to send anyone else. And we don't know where the dragon is. Your main job will be to keep an eye out and get the people to safety if the town is attacked. I don't expect the three of you to fight off the dragon by yourselves, but I do expect you to do your duty.
Of course. We'll keep Riverwood safe. You can count on it. Let's move out. Time's a-wasting.
Can I help you? Stay sharp. I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Yorland Greymane's got that honor. Man's steel is legendary. All I ask is a fair chance. Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragonsreach. That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in your Vasker, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary. Aye, that I do. I've got to, if I hope to be as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact, I just finished my best piece of work. It's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgruf the Greater. It's a surprise. I don't even know if he'll accept it, but listen. Could you take the sword to my father, Proventus Avenici? He's the Jarl's steward. He'll know the right time to present it to him. Thanks. Well, my husband, Ulfberth, will be inside. If I wasn't married to him, I'd be out of business. And then there's my father. He's the steward up at Dragonsreach. I help my father in more ways than people realize. You think all the counsel my father provides the Jarl is his alone? Huh. Let's just say I advise the advisor, and leave it at that. Of course I support the Empire. Ulfric would expunge from Skyrim citizens whose only crime was to be born of a non-Nordic woman. But I fear that the land will be stained with blood for years to come. This god-forsaken war is dividing our people and destroying our land. I think the Jarl is underestimating the Stormcloaks. Ulfric's going to try to take Whiterun, but Balgruf refuses the Legion's right to garrison troops in his city. He's a fool. We need the Empire now more than ever. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Let me know if you see anything you like. Welcome to War Maidens. Now don't let the name worry you. We got plenty of steel for fighting men. Most of our weapons were crafted by Adrian Avenici. My woman's an artist, is what she is. You look like maybe you need a new weapon. Something big, perhaps? An axe, maybe? Or a great sword? If you're a talker, go talk to my wife. Everything you see here was made with skill and care by my wife, Adrian. Good doing business with you.
Balgraf, did you slip out again last night for a drink at the Bannered Mare?
Heard about that, did you? Yes, I went out for a pint or two. What of it?
These secret visits to the tavern will make you an easy target for an enemy assassin. You should have told me first.
Damn it, woman, I'm the Jarl of Whiterun. I won't apologize for talking to my people. You can't protect me every moment of the day.
That might be so.
I serve Jarl Balgraf as steward. The Jarl is, as you can imagine, very busy. Perhaps I can assist you. From Adrian? Ah, this must be that weapon for the Jarl. Poor girl. So eager to prove herself. I'll present it to Balgraf when his mood is agreeable. Thank you. Please, take these few coins for services rendered. Enjoy your visit to Dragonsreach. Good to see you. Please, do be careful. I mean, if you are bent on offending the movers and shakers of Skyrim. I mean no offense. It's just that most of the city's residents aren't smart enough for politics. I only counsel caution. There's a feud between the Greymanes and the Battleborns in Whiterun, for example. Just try and be careful in Whiterun, all right? You cannot afford to act rashly in times like these. I counsel caution. We cannot afford to act rashly in times like these. Ah, splendid. Our fine city has a proud history, and I'm happy to share what I know. The history of Whiterun begins with your Vasker, the Hall of the Companions. For a long time, it was the only building on the mountain. As time passed, a thriving community sprang up around your Vasker, as was common with mead halls. Today, Whiterun is the jewel of Skyrim. I can say without boast that it is the greatest city in all the holds. Well, there are 3 of them, arranged in 3 tiers, as you may have noticed. The Plains District is so named because it's the closest of the 3 to the plains that surround the city. The inn and marketplace are found there. Most of the city's residents live in the Wind District, which is the middle of the 3. Dragonsreach occupies the highest, which we call the Cloud District. From here, the Jarl can see all that goes on within his city. That is an old tale, but well known to those of us who serve in the keep. Long ago, there lived a mighty hero of the Nords, Olaf One-Eye. Olaf did battle with a fearsome dragon named Numenex. The struggle between Olaf and the dragon culminated in a mighty duel atop Mount Anthor, with Olaf the victor. Olaf returned in triumph to Whiterun. By his decree, the city's keep was rebuilt as a prison for Numenex, and so, from that time until this, our great keep has been called Dragonsreach. My daughter Adrian owns the shop, War Maidens. Poor girl. So eager to prove herself. Yorlin works the Skyforge. How is any smith going to compete with that? Enjoy your visit to Dragonsreach.
Good to see you.
Yes? Balgrup and I share a battle bond. We met as youths and forged our friendship in the fires of war. When he became Jarl, I insisted on serving as his protector. He had no cause to argue. Gods, you are curious. Almost dangerously so. I am charged with protecting the Jarl from any and all threats. Powerful men have many enemies, more so in times of strife. So you can imagine the dangers. Oh yes, there have been attempts on the Jarl's life. More than one would-be assassin has met his end at the tip of my blade. Take your pick. Dragons, Stormcloak assassins, ambitious and unscrupulous nobles. Sometimes I think his own children want him dead. And those are just the physical threats. Assaults on his sanity are another matter entirely. Every day he deals with obsequious functionaries and incompetent bureaucrats. Sadly, I'm not allowed to eliminate them. Well, not yet anyway. It seems our enemies have no end of spies, saboteurs, and assassins to send against us. We can never rest easy, for Balgruf's enemies will not. All right then.
Hey there!